Hello guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see how the PS file and PDS file can be created. So before starting this session, I would like to tell you what is PS file and what is PDS file. Actually, PS file is a plain text file. It's like our Word file or Excel file or the PPT file. Uh, uh, like that, the PS file is there in mainframe, and there is another file called as PDS file. So PDS file is like folder in our Windows, and in folder we store the, we store Word file, Excel file, or PPT. So it's like that. In mainframe we use the PDS to store the PS file. Yeah, we can create a PS file without PDS file. That could be done, but the thing is that if you have to store number of PS files in a particular folder, for that purpose the PDS file is created. So now we are going to look how we can create a PS file. So for that you need to start your mainframe. So for our video we are using Vista for accessing the mainframe. So this is the ISPF primary option menu. In that you can see this is the third option is utilities. So through the utilities you can create a PS file. So how we can create that we will see in this video. So we have to type 3 because 3 is written in front of utilities. That's why we have to press 3. After pressing enter, we will come under the utility section. Now I pressed enter. See, this is how it is. So if we have to create a PS file, then we have to go for data set. We have to create a data set. See here, we have to allocate or rename. We can rename, allocate the PS file. So for that purpose, we have to type 2 in options because 2 is written in front of dataset. After entering, we will come under dataset section, and here we go. So here in front of the name section we have to give the name of the dataset of the PS file. The in our Windows we create a Word file and we give the name to that Word file. Like that in mainframe we have to give the name to the PS file. So here I am going to give the name. So here we give the name to our PS file as z12794.ram.pds ps, because this is a naming convention. Actually there are certain rules to give the name to the PS file. This first Z12794 is the high level qualifier. It is called as high level qualifier, and it is the mandatory part of the dataset name. So it is given by your company, or if you have access, that time you will get this ID that you have to use in front of before before at initial, as an initial qualifier while giving the name to your PS file, and after that you can give dot and your rest of name. So totally you can use 24 letters in as your PS file name, and these 25 letters are divided into qualifiers. So this is, before this dot there is some word, some collection of word. So you can use maximum 8 characters in one qualifier. So this is a high level qualifier, and the rest of it is a low level qualifier. So you can use maximum 8 characters in one qualifier. You can use 8 character here, 8 character here, and 8 character here. It should not exceed the limit. If it goes beyond it, you will get an error which will popped up here. So, and total characters should be less than 24. So this is the naming convention. You should write down the rules for naming convention, and we are going to now create the PS file. That's why we have to allocate a new data set. It is not an existing PS file. We are going to create it. That's why we have to write A here, because A is written in front of allocation and we are going to allocate a PS file. That's why we have to write A, and after entering we will get a one popped up message here that you have created your data set or data set allocation successful, like that. So I I pressed enter. Yeah, and before that we have to give some parameters. So no need to give any parameters before this, because it will take it by defaults. You have to give space units as a tracks trks. You can give from this option only, this block, tracks, cylinders, kb, mb, bytes or records. But for in industrial practices they use tracks or cylinder mostly. So actually cylinder is quite big size, so we are in a training or for the purpose we are not we know we are not having that need to use cylinder as a space unit. So for our purpose we are going to use trks. So after that we have to give the primary quantity. So I am going to give the primary quantity as 1 and secondary quantity as 1. You can give any values. Actually it depends on your requirements. I'll tell you what is the primary quantity and what is the secondary quantity. Actually primary quantity is nothing but whenever you are going to write anything, so it will take some space, right? So initially, what your mainframe do or what the memory management of mainframe do, it will provide you the initial memory, that is the primary quantity. You will be allocated with a one primary quantity. If you used that primary quantity 100%, then the secondary quantity will be given to you for your use. That is, if you use 100%, after that the secondary quantity will be given to you for the storage purpose. If you fully used that, again you will get secondary quantity as 1. If you use that also, you will get again 1 as a secondary quantity. So this is how it is. It will allocate the space up to 15 extent. So total size is nothing but 1 extent of primary quantity and 15 extent of secondary quantity. So this is how the space allocation done in case of PS or PDS file. It is same for PS or PDS. Okay, so remember it. You will get 1 extent of primary and 15 extent of secondary. So I think you have understood what does primary quantity means and what does secondary quantity means. So now third parameter is directory block. So directory block is not useful at the time of allocation of PS file, because this parameter is only valid for PDS file. So in PS file, here you can read the sentence 0 for sequential dataset. So PS file is nothing but physical sequential file, and PDS nothing but partial dataset, partitional dataset. So now we have to give record format. Always use record format as F. F refers for fixed block. So the whatever the record we are going, it is fixed. And record length, you can give any record length as per your requirement. I'll tell you in after what is actually a record length, but for the purpose we are going to allocate the 80 as a record length, and it is default, by default it takes as a 80, and block size is 800. And remember one thing, the block size must be multiple of 80, and by default as a industrial practice, uh, every developer, what every developer is doing, he takes 10 times of record length just for a industrial practice. But this is the mandatory, that it is essential that it should be multiple of the record length. Block size should be multiple of record length. So this is the plus sign, because this is not a complete interface. There is another parameters there, they are beyond this line. So for that you have to go for plus. So these are the rest of the parameter. If you are interested you can give here, but as it is my first video, I am not going to give this parameter. I am just simply click here and just press enter. So my error is invalid record length, because see, my record length is, so actually I have made a mistake here. I told you that we have to write F as a record format, but actually it's not a F, it is like FB. It stand for fixed block. So rest of the things are same. So you need to just press enter, and here we go. This is the dataset allocated. So you have successfully allocated the PS file. You have successfully created the PS file. If you want to check, or if you want to see where is that file that you created here, so just remember this name, or actually no need to remember this. For that, just go on option menu, and don't do that. Actually press F3, second time F3. Then if you want to see the PS file which was created just now, so go for 3, enter, and this is DS list. Here you can check all the PS files that you have created. So for that you have to press 4. In option you have to press 4. After that enter. Then you have to write Z12794. This is my MFM ID. You can use your ID, mainframe ID. After that dot asterisk, and just press enter. You will get all the files which have created by you. So we have created the ram.ps file and ram.ps1 file. I created two files, but in your case you have, if you are following my steps, then you must have created this file, right? So you can open it either on browse mode, or view mode, or edit mode. So for the purpose of practice I am just pressing E to open it in edit mode. So you can open it by pressing enter. Just enter again. So this is our PS file which is completely empty. So in the next video we will see how to write a, how to write in a PS file. So thanks for watching, and if you find this video is helpful for you, then please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.